top. Anything it worked. Didn't hold on.
Beginning and ending at Scenic World in Kedumba. This hike is usually done over 3 days. Spending night 1 at Ruin Castle Campground and night 2 at Kedumba River Campground.
And going up and over Mount Solitary in between.
We decided to do something different though.
We did it in 2 days, sleeping on the top of Mount Solitary in a cave.
So what is your greatest fear about sleeping without a tent?
I got 2, but if I had to pick one, animals and 2, hypothermia, lol.
You can either start at Scenic World or the Golden Stairs. We started at the Golden Stairs to save a bit of time. So we're here and we have to go all the way there. This part of the track is full of ferns and blue gums and is nicely protected from the sun. After a steep descent, you then walk along the forest floor for a while before coming to Coral Ridge. Here we passed heaps of wildflowers and admired the sunset before beginning the climb up the knife edge.
It smells so good, the eucalyptus. It's like the smells tell you a little bit of where you are at on the trail, which is nice when you know the trail.
It's now 5:06. We're about maybe 600 meters from the top. So we're now going up Coral Ridge, knife edge, and we have about half an hour left of daylight. Now we have a little chimney. Not even a tiny bit of wind, just completely still. Not bad. Black cockatoos. And we came from down there, somewhere over there on that ridge.
It makes me feel like if I lose the balance.
You don't like swinging around the tree? "5:34. How are you feeling?
Sorry, 34 what?
5:34.
I'm tired.
¿Cómo te sientes?
Cansada. Porque it's dark and I'm just tired. I don't know why I'm so tired. I think the darkness makes me tired.
We're now at the summit. As you can see, there's plenty of light.
So you're pretty confident with the directions, are you?
After 40 minutes of walking in the dark, we finally found our cave.
Lots of carbs.
The only problem was, when we arrived, there were people already in our cave cooking. So we headed around the corner to make dinner while we waited for them to go back to their tent.
I stole his patucos. ¿Qué tal? Did you hurt yourself? Oh shit, a bit.
That's fine.
Shit, freezing. We're waiting for these people to fuck off the cave so we can sleep in there.
Joe loves cookies though. Oh yeah.
Snickerdoodle. How good does it taste? 10 out of 10 breakfast. I mean, dessert.
It feels so nice to be able to brush your hair.
After ripping it in half.
Fuck, yes.
He had to rip it because my hairband got stuck, didn't it, James?
Yeah.
So, this is such a good fire. Look at this. I mean, look at this. This is where James is sleeping. Here, right here. And me, because I'm tiny, I can sleep in this rock. You can't even see it, but it's like a little rock. But then I'm little as well, so it doesn't matter.
Setting fire to your sleeping bag.
This drug.
Are you warm?
No.
It wants your potato. We woke up to a bird trying to steal our roast potatoes, which made me glad I'd had mine as a midnight snack. We then rolled out of bed for a beautiful sunrise, where even the moon was still out.
Sunrise. They were vulnerable, these potatoes, at some point in the night, but I've decided to be brave and get out of the warmth of the sleeping bag and scare it away with my torch. I think it worked. Didn't come back, at least.
Oh, it's nice here.
So I feel like I had worries at the beginning, like the animals, the cliff, not being able to sleep because it was too cold. But then I feel like eventually you get so exhausted that you just sleep through it. And so I slept.
Before setting off, we got water from a creek, which is often dry,
Nice.
treated it, and then packed our bags and we're ready to go.
8:30, 8:24, and we're starting our 24K day.
After one last look at last night's campsite, we headed off and started the journey to the logbook.
Nice and warm.
With a mist.
Yes.
A misty valley.
Mist. Beautiful, hey? Look at that.
Actually bigger than you think. Signing the logbook. Then it was time for another steep descent down to Kedumba River.
Someone's knees are getting old. Almost be tempting to go for a swim. How dreamy would that be?
Now, gotta get warm again.
Worth it though, worth it. You get down, you have a swim in the river. That's like a nice bath. And reset for another climb. Okay, so we thought we'd done 20 Ks and then feeling so good about it. And then it turns out I looked at our pace and not at our distance, so we'd only done 16, which sucks. On fire trail.
We're now on the fire trail that takes you to Lura and then eventually Scenic World. So we're moving a bit faster now. I'm not taking my shoes off again.
Okay, Jameson Creek mission. Still 13 Ks to go. What a lie, he was walking.
A creek where we got stuck last time because my knee was too sore to keep going, and we camped here and had to drink the water where there's a sign that specifically says don't drink the water. But we didn't die, so we probably just have superpowers from the heavy
radioactive
metals and pesticides.
Yeah, there was a jabby just down there.
It looks nice though. So I have some techniques for this part of the walk. One is walking backwards. New hobble technique for the Achilles.
I have pepper. Green and red pepper. Capsicum.
Spanish style.
Just made it.
So that's Mount Solitary over there, going all the way over. And that nub at the end is the logbook where we were this morning. The final leg. With our thighs burning, we finally reached the further stairs.
Too tired for that.
It's looking very happy. Back in civilization.
Civilization. How do you want it?
Bit cold now.
I think I'm in a better mood already.
Now we just have to walk 700 meters to the car.
That's fine.
How far to go?
Eh?
How far left?
I think 500 meters. So would have done 34 kilometers in total. Yay, in 2 days.
Okay, we're now at Scenic World, but we're too tired to go and look at the views, so fuck it.
That's the car. That's Narrow Neck Lookout.
In 200 meters at the roundabout.
Happy days.
The first exit of the state.
The pros of not having a tent is that it's much lighter and you don't have to fuss around
In
with
300 meters, turn left onto Bathurst
like
Road.
putting it up and then getting rid of it when you need to leave the spot. That was really nice. And then the cons, yeah, big cons, the cons, oh, sharks, is that you feel very exposed because yeah, you don't feel protected. I actually at some point at night in the night I heard weird noises and I thought there was someone trying to attack us. I don't know, it was weird. You can get animals in it, it will be very unlikely, but and yeah, cold as fuck. I actually thought last night that maybe I wasn't going to be able to sleep because of the cold. I managed to sleep because I just suffocated myself. I just closed the sleeping bag to the maximum you can close it. He's very hungry. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Look at that.
Western Highway, A32.
So that kept me warm, but it was really hard to sleep.
But what I realised also is if you're carrying a sleeping mat and sleeping bag and stove and gas, it's still not that easy to run anyway.
No.
With that kind of steepness.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's almost better just to hike properly. But it was great. And if you're gonna hike, you can still just save yourself some space by doing what we did. But yeah, it was good. It was very cool to sleep in the cave.
Yeah. Nice. It's nice because you get so tired from doing this that when you're just doing the mundane shit that you usually hate, like waking up in the morning to not move, be on the computer and work, it feels so nice because you're fucking exhausted.
Favorite things about the hike are climbing up the knife edge because you get really good views everywhere. Every time I've always got good views there. Sleeping in the cave, seeing black cockatoos, swimming in the river, and the views from the logbook, and the fact there's just cool campsites everywhere at the top, so you can normally get away from people if you want. And what I don't like is the fire trail that ruins my Achilles or knee every time, but that's probably a problem with me, not the track. Just a disclaimer, the first thing to know is always to check the New South Wales National Park official website, because that has the up-to-date information. But from what I know from doing it, there's some tips about water and safety and stuff. Anything that I say could change in 5 days, 5 months or 5 years, because it's always being opened and shut for landslides or just hot, bad weather. So water, there's 4 main sources, but you can only really trust 2 of them. There's about 7 kilometers in, if you're doing it counterclockwise, which is what most people do. So 7 kilometers from Scenic World is Ruin Castle campground, and that has water tanks. Again, you want to make sure you have enough water if there's nothing in them to get back to Scenic World, but they're pretty reliable. And then 10.3 kilometers in, but it sounds like nothing, but it's actually very steep, so it takes a while to get there from Runcastle, is Chinaman's Creek. You can't rely on that at all. It's often dry and also can be hard to find, but you can get water there occasionally, but definitely don't depend on it, just treat it as a bonus. And you have to walk, I don't know, 10 minutes off the track or so to go and get it, usually, down the gully. 13 kilometres in, so another 3 kilometres more or less past Chinaman's, you've got Singajingawell Creek, which is where we slept in the cave. And the good thing about that is you don't have to go too far off the track. It's kind of right there if it's there. But same as Chinaman's, you can't rely on it. Often there's just nothing there and it's dry. It dries out really quickly. And then once you descend off of the logbook, once you go down to Kedumba River, that's 18.6 kilometres in, and that's a big river and pretty reliable. Just need to treat it because it's not as clean as the ones on the top, but it's more reliable, way more reliable. That's always something pretty much Kedumba River. And treat all the water before you drink it, no matter where you get it from, because even up the top where it's sort of pristine, people camp and shit near it. I think when we filled up, I literally stepped over toilet paper to go and get our water. So treat everything, don't take shortcuts, because people have died going, I think before they had tanks at Runcastle, there was a group that thought they'd get water at Chinaman's and they didn't, so they couldn't. And then one of them got separated the next day and died of dehydration before reaching Kedumba River, so after getting lost as well. Camping options, you've got Runcastle and Kedumba River campsites as like the official campgrounds, and then up the top there's a bunch when you first get to the top, and then there's some spots at Chinaman's where you can't go down towards the creek, you can't camp beyond a certain point. And then Singajingawell, and there's a bunch along the top.
Okay, so there are 3 lookouts that are amazing. The first one is when you get to the knife edge, so it's like when you're scrambling up to the top. Just before you get up, there's like this rock, and you can just have a really nice view of like the valley. That's just the first time that you get a nice view and you're kind of really tired, so it's like an enjoyable one. Second one, Chinaman's campsite. So once you got to the top and then you go down into Chinaman's campsite, there is on the side kind of like a rock that you gotta climb up a little bit to this rock, not much. And those views up there, you can see the whole valley. It's just that insane, like speeches. Like at night you've got the stars as well, so you can like lie down on the rock that's like flat and just look up to like, it's just so beautiful. And that's usually where we have our meals when we're in Chinaman's. And then the third one, a bit further from the campsite, this is place where you got like a logbook, so you get to write down something nice, or you don't have to, but it's pretty cool. And then yeah, it's quite, I would say, on the edge, and also high up. From that angle you get a beautiful massive view of the mountains and the valley.
We've tried to do it in 2 days before and failed because my knee got sore on day 2, and we had to sleep on the fire trail, on the side of the fire trail somewhere near Lura. So it's definitely doable in 2 days, but not easy, and your body may give out on you, but it's definitely doable. You just have to bring a good head torch and be prepared for it to take free if your body lets you down. Conditions, probably spring or autumn, because it's not too cold but not too hot. Winter's good too, but just have to have good gear because it can be really cold. Summer I would avoid because you just, You can't have a fire. There could be bushfires. Yeah, but just I like to check the weather, and just if it's going to be too hot, or too windy, just don't go. Just go another time. You can do it if it's raining, but there's also heaps of leeches. We've done it. We got smashed by leeches on our way to Ruin Castle when we did it in the rain. The climb is still doable. It's just a bit slipperier. But yeah, I reckon it's better to do on a cold, sunny day in winter or autumn, or, I don't know, June, July, August, September, October. I feel like September is probably the perfect month. I reckon April, May, September, October, I reckon are the perfect months. But yeah, you just want it to be not super hot and windy, and also ideally not pouring with rain. If you've only got a weekend, you don't have a long weekend, and you really want to do something, but you've only got 2 days, and you don't know if you want to do the whole thing in 2 days, an alternative is just to go from Scenic World to Chinaman's, or just that first clump of campsites, not official campsites, but little clearings, when you first get up the knife edge. And then go back out the same way you came in, which is more like 20 kilometers rather than 34. So and you get most of the best views anyway, because if you do the whole loop, a lot of the second part is just fire trail. So that's another option if you've only got 2 days and you don't want to do a massive walk. There's the Carrington, which is like, I don't know, old school hotel, I guess, with nice gardens and stuff. And then if you want budget, which is normally us, you have the YHA hostel, or just sleep in your car anywhere you can find.
That's more like us, isn't it?